it's Rachel and Didi, and today he and I are going to work on loose leash walking and sitting on walks. So that's sitting whenever you stop, so that you can, have a conversation with a friend, wait for a crosswalk signal, something like that. And it also sets up Didi for the correct way to meet new people and new dogs. Since he has a lot of energy and sometimes jumps up when he gets too excited, it's a really good idea to start teaching him now and be really consistent that instead of jumping, whenever he sees a new person or a new dog that he wants to meet, to put him in a sit, and he can't meet them until he is sitting calmly and quietly. And if he doesn't do that, then he doesn't get to meet them. So we are going to practice all of that right now. Remember, we have the two methods for loose leash walking. The back method, which is where when he goes forward, you stop, plant your feet, pat your leg or snap your fingers and say Didi back, Didi back. And he comes to you like that, so you have off, so you have some nice slack in the leash. Good boy. Good boy, Didi. The other way is the reverse method. So when he starts pulling, you turn 180 degrees. You give the leash a little tug and say, Didi, this way, and you go in the opposite direction. So he and I are going to practice this around here, and we'll see how he does. Okay, Didi. Come on, Didi. Okay, so Didi's comfortable with this area. Come here. And so he's walking really nicely on a loose leash. Didi, sit. No, sit. No, sit. Good boy, sit. Good boy. All right, so I'm going to focus mostly now on him sitting whenever I stop. And if he doesn't sit, I'm just going to tell him no. So standing is a no, that's what he's not supposed to do, and tell him sit. So, and he gets his praise when he sits. I'm going to mostly focus on that, so hopefully he learns to sit automatically without me having to ask him to every time we stop. And this entire time we are still going to be practicing the loose leash walking, so I'm not going to let him get away with any pulling. Okay, come on, Didi. Sit. No. Sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit, Didi. Good boy.
Okay, that was good. He didn't sit right away. Didn't seem like he was really focusing, but with a no sit reminder, he did it. So Didi, come here. Another thing I do if they aren't sitting to kind of get their attention is I get in front of them and kind of get into their space. So Didi, sit. He's not sitting, so I say, Didi, sit. Sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit.
Okay, so there I was getting into his space, kind of tapping his toes with my feet, just like this, and that made him back up and got his attention. It made him focus on me, and I was able to get him into a sit. Good boy. Good boy, Didi. Okay, come on. No. Sit. No. Sit.
Good boy, sit.
Good boy, sit. Okay, he's getting the hang of the sit a lot better now. So I'm just gonna keep practicing stopping frequently so that he's sitting every single time I stop. Good boy. Come on, Didi. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit, Didi. Good boy.
Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit. Good boy.
Good boy. Okay, still doing very well. He's listening to me. He still needs me to kind of invade his space a little bit to get in his way, show that I'm in charge and that he does, in fact, have to listen to me. Yeah. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit. Good boy. So he also responds well with just a slight tug on the collar. That gets him, and he knows that you're talking to him.
Good boy, Didi. Good boy.
Okay, come on. Come on, Didi. Good boy. No, sit. No, sit. No, sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit, Didi. Good boy.
Good boy. Come on, this way. Hi, Didi. Sit. No, sit. No, sit. No, sit. No, sit. No, sit. Good boy, sit. Okay, now here, Didi sees another dog out front, and so that's why he was not listening to me and not sitting for a while. So this is the perfect example of why it's really important that you are consistent and you make him sit. Now this other dog isn't close enough to where he can really smell her or get to play with her. And so, no, sit. No, sit. No, sit. Didi, sit. No, sit. Sit. Good boy, sit. Okay, so that dog wasn't close enough to really tempt him too much. However, excuse me, it was enough for him to not pay attention to me and for me to have to repeat myself a lot more than normal with Didi. So, by teaching him to always sit whenever he sees something like that, anything that he's tempted by, it should really help him to do that automatically when you come across a new person or a new dog or any exciting thing on your walks. Didi, come.
Good boy.
Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit. No. Sit.
Good boy, sit. Good boy. Good boy.
Okay. So what I'm going to start doing is as soon as I stop, I'm going to give him a slight tug on the leash. That way he's kind of getting that signal to sit right away. So I'm kind of providing him with the instruction to do so immediately.
Good boy, sit. Good boy, sit, Didi. Good boy. Good boy.
Okay, so he did really well with that too. As long as he's not distracted, Didi listens really well and is super easy to deal with. So it's just up to you to take him out and really practice this and be consistent with it so that he is always like this and is able to be like this even when he gets super excited and wants to meet new people or sees exciting things. So it's Rachel and Didi, and we're working on loose leash walking and sitting on walks.